Whether in Oasis or his solo work, Noel Gallagher has always been one for hiding things away for people to discover. Usually things you have to do a little bit of digging to uncover. Whether that was particularly revealing comments in an old magazine interview or some amazing B-side hidden away on an obscure single. Today, while the methods may have changed, the trail of Easter eggs has continued. Despite complaining about everyone in the audience these days having a camera phone, Noel has nonetheless been taking advantage of this fact to reveal other little moments for fans to discover, by revealing little Easter eggs as part of the live show. A great example is the first announcement of the countdown to the Oasis reunion, which was debuted after Liam Gallagher's live set in Reading and also at a Blossoms gig in Manchester. But Noel has actually been doing this for some time. For some years, Noel has been taking advantage of the likelihood that at any given point, someone will probably be filming his live set. And so, today, I want to talk about one of those long-lost live Easter eggs that many people know nothing about. In 2017, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds released an album called Who Built the Moon, and the last track was a bonus song called Dead in the Water, recorded live in the studio in Dublin. Now, at the beginning of the album version of the track, you get about 25 seconds of chat between Noel Gallagher and the engineer. It's very simple and short. Noel tells the engineer he'd like to get one more take if possible. Noel then checks if they have enough time. Someone says he's singing with a lot of spirit. Then they just go into the song. But did you know there is an extended secret intro to this song, around 2 minutes long, the audio of which was only ever played live, and only on a very small select number of live dates. And if that clip just contained 2 minutes of boring chat, of course no one would care. But as it happens, the content of that much longer studio chat is far more interesting than what got put out on the album 25-second version. And of course, this clip was not played live by accident, it was by design. Noel played it on purpose. Probably for superfans and hardcore nerds like myself to argue and debate over. So today, join me as we just shamelessly take the bait. I am going to attempt to figure out what was being said in this extended intro, and crucially as well, what it might mean. And also, big thanks to Jeff C in the States for the email and the video. So the secret intro was played on certain dates of Noel Gallagher's Stranded on the Earth tour. An interesting name, as anyone who's been following my Masterplan Conspiracy series will have noticed. The song Dead in the Water was part of the regular setlist, but as far as I've been able to establish, any time he played it in the UK, he just went straight into the song or gave it a brief verbal introduction, like this.
Thank you very much. And if anybody's just split up with their partner, it might be a good time for you to go to the toilet or something. If you could go past the merchandise store on the way there, that would be fucking much appreciated. Thank you very much in advance.
And that's interesting for Oasis historians, isn't it? This song, an incredibly personal song, is about breaking up with your partner. But Noel Gallagher's split from his then wife, Sarah McDonald, was only made public in 2023. Confusingly, this song was written 8 years earlier, during the Chasing Yesterday tour.
We were in the middle of the Chasing Yesterday tour, and we had a break, and I was at home. I started to write this song. The next thing that we did was only a few days later. We were in Ireland and we were doing a radio session, and it was for the single at the time was Dying of the Light off my last record.
Of course.
So we're doing an acoustic session, and in between the takes, the sound in my headphones was so amazing that I just sang Dead in the Water, right? I had no idea it was being recorded. I didn't even know it existed, so I was singing it for me alone, right? Which is why that song is so magic.
So, assuming Noel's telling the truth in that interview, we can pinpoint the writing of this song to the first few months of 2015. The recording in the studio in Dublin took place on the 2nd of March 2015. But this song wasn't actually broadcast, it was just laying down a quick demo for his records. Dead in the Water was written in 2015, so surely this can't actually be about Sarah. It is about the breakdown of some relationship though. Now, let's just go off on a tangent for a second. I recently ran a Twitter poll asking, was Liam and Noel Gallagher's feud 100% genuine, real but exaggerated, partly faked, or completely fabricated? And there were a wide range of opinions. I'm now going to play you the long extended intro to Dead in the Water with my attempt at transcribing what's being said between Noel, which is fairly clear, and the engineer, which is very, very hard to hear over all the crowd noise. And there's a reason I've just mentioned Liam Gallagher out of the blue here. As we go through this audio clip, listen to what Noel says and how he seems to be talking about his brother. As far as I've been able to establish, this audio clip was only played at 6 High Flying Birds gigs. On the first American leg of the 2018 tour, as a long extended introduction to the first song of the encore. I've combed through so many bootlegs to try and find anywhere else that it happened, and thus far I haven't been able to find one. I think they only played it at those first 6 American dates. Certainly by the time they were in Houston, they weren't playing the clip anymore. Noel was just bantering with the crowd and talking as usual before going into the song. Thankfully, there are enough phone recordings and bootleg recordings out there to enable me to cobble together a full version of this intro, but there's lots of crowd noise over the top. So if you happen to have a soundboard recording of any of those first 6 gigs with no crowd noise on, please let me know, because then we can get a much clearer transcription. So this audio is a composite put together from Detroit, Boston and New York. Here we go.
Who's doing my headphone mix? Who? Okay, can you take these 2 bozos out of my headphones, please?
No, it's not. We did that. I took that video while I was your hands off, so we did cut away the
Well, really? Wait, what do you want to see him for? Whatever happens, don't film that cunt. Don't film him. Don't. No, I mean it. Don't fucking. He doesn't exist. I don't see him. I don't want to see him. Okay? So, not even the back. Can we pixelate his face out? Can we do that? Yes, I am being serious. Your viewers, the people on the website don't need to see this. They don't need to see that shit. There's no, we have to keep the air of... Let's keep the subterfuge going for as long as we can. At least one more album. It went up, it came down. Yeah.
I do this all the time.
All right, okay.
Very interesting.
All right, okay. Yeah. I have no idea. Can you put something on the voice? That'd be great. Gonna do it once more.
And then from this point it moves into the version of the intro that we hear on the album. But did you notice what Noel said there? We have to keep the subterfuge going for as long as we can, at least one more album. Subterfuge is defined as deceit used in order to achieve one's goal. And take a wild guess as to how many more albums Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds released after this one. 1. And then Oasis reformed. Noel literally told us in advance what he was going to do, and he seemed to admit to subterfuge. And you can hear in several of these phone recordings that the crowd clearly got the implication because they all cheered at that point. Have a listen.
Let's keep the subterfuge going for as long as we can. At least one more album.
And doesn't it sound like Liam was there in the studio with him? He's saying, no, we've got to keep the subterfuge going for at least one more album. Pixelate his face. There's even a moment down in the mix that actually sounds a bit like Liam on the recording, just going, yeah, good, yeah.
I do this one.
Alright.
Very interesting.
The other really interesting thing to note is, by the sounds of it, while this was being recorded, it was also being filmed and streamed live via the studio website. Which means there could be a video of it out there somewhere, but if it is out there, I haven't been able to find it yet. I also reckon there has to be out there somewhere a proper, clear soundboard recording of one of those 6 American gigs where the full 2-minute intro to the song was played. And if we could hear one of those without the crowd noise blocking out particularly what the engineer was saying, we could figure out exactly what was being said. Now, at this point, of course, I have to say, all of this is just a fun, fan conspiracy theory. All we know is that this audio clip was released intentionally by Noel. We don't know whether he was sending a message or winding everyone up or just trying to generate chat. But what do you think? Is it just coincidence that in 2018 Noel Gallagher released this 2-minute sound clip in a place that only superfans would probably find it, correctly predicting what was going to happen next 6 years before? And then there's also the question, what is Dead in the Water actually about? At that clip from the tour in Aberdeen, he seems to suggest it is about the breakdown of a relationship. But surely it's not about the split between him and Sarah, because they were seen in public together as a couple multiple times after this was released. Many people have suggested to me that Noel and Liam did secretly make things up between them many years earlier than has previously been believed. The fact that in February 2021 the two of them set up a production company called Cosmic Kite is often pointed to as a further suspicious sign. And the song contains these lines. I've been thinking about the days when we had no money. The photograph of you, well, it still seems funny. Gotta get back to the promised land. Again, surely this can't be about Sarah. Noel was already a multi-millionaire when he met her, so there was never a time when they had no money. So, who or what is this song about? Is there actually some connection to Liam? I genuinely don't know. There are a ton of unanswered questions about this song and particularly about the sound clip of the extended intro. So I just wanted to put it out there and see what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. This December, me and my band are doing a small intimate gig in Newcastle. We're playing Friday, December the 6th, and we're keeping tickets super cheap, just £3 each. So, if you'd like to come and hear the band playing a range of covers and originals, if you'd like to meet me and also hear the brilliant Elation, the link for tickets is in the description.